What is up, ladies and gents? We're going to be playing 7 for this round. I'm going to give you guys some highlights, run you guys through some of the things we did. So have a look and hope you enjoy. Here we go. So as you can see, we're up versus Lady Geist, and in the laning stage we're just trying to secure some farm, deal some damage, and you'll see I'm hanging around taking some last hits, and then when I can I'll use abilities, usually off cooldown until I'm ready. So first you're just poking, trying to get some damage done and make her laning stage unpleasant, and then as soon as you are ready, if you've poked enough and you've got a low HP, that's when you go aggressive. Over here she makes the mistake of coming high ground too close to my area, and I am already low, so that is triggering her to get close. But we did get some poke, some harass damage into her there. We get some denies, and we know she's low, so it's time to go in with our abilities. Give a couple of punches in the beginning. The early stages, your punches do so much damage, and we managed to get the kill, and that is how we turn the lane. Again here we catch her on the high ground, and she starts running, but we spam some abilities after her, spam some shots. She's very low, so I go back to farming. I'm not going to chase the kill just yet, because she's either going to have to go back to base to heal, or she's going to be too scared to farm and I still get her while she's low at a later stage. So instead of chasing all the way for that kill, we basically win the lane with that last little bit, and then you'll see here we still get the kill later on. She still missed a whole wave or so of farm there, and we still get the kill. So don't always rush, try and get that kill, get some good lane pressure going on here. She comes back in, but we're already so far ahead of her, so immediately back on the aggression for us, and you'll see here basically we're going to end her in a second here. We do dive for this one, and I almost end up paying for it with my life. She's very low, I'm struggling to get that last hit, but with a quick punch we manage it, and I'll take a quick zipline back home after this. So we've won our lane quite effectively, and let's go over to help some of our other lanes. You know, I've got an ult available, might as well use it where there's more than just one, and you'll see it works out really well in this case, where we managed to get a double kill in the lane, and immediately I'm going to hop back on the zipline and back off so the dual team can get their farm. They're already starving for farm, and then immediately go into another lane where I can go versus Infernus, help out my teammate over here, and we get the kill on Infernus as well. Now after we get this kill, it's time to put some pressure in this lane. When you're ganking in a 2v2 lane, it's not good to stay behind, because that team is already starved for farm and XP. But when it's in a 1v1 lineup, the two of you guys can easily put up some pressure after getting that kill. You won't be bothering them too much. So good to take down the Guardian, and then once again back out and head to another lane. So we head on back to our lane and start pressuring up further, and it's always good to get the walker kill, get that first open slot if you need it. Sometimes I like to start off with a lot of small items, fill up all the slots, but in this case I'm doing so well I decided to go for bigger items a lot quicker. But after getting the walker kill, rotate over, just walk over to the next lane, start helping to apply some pressure there, and also manage to get my ult off and get a kill and an assist on the orange lane, helping to apply pressure here. You'll see sometimes it's good to just have your ult run a little bit longer. It's good to have some extra farm, right? You're getting the creep last hits as well with your ult. So sometimes just because you've killed all the heroes does not mean that you need to stop using that ult. Alright, now we're kind of out of laning stage already, but I'm helping put pressure on the orange lane after we've killed the heroes in this lane. And you'll see we're going to be taking down the walker. It's good to use your abilities for farming here as well, pushing the lane. We've got a couple of them here. Now obviously it's not great if you don't have your abilities to defend or actually be aggressive on the enemy, but you'll see we get the walker here, and also we're going to get this kill, which is great. I mean, even without my abilities or after using some of my abilities, it's still viable. So sometimes use your abilities to push lanes and put up some pressure on the towers. So even after getting some kills, we still apply some lane pressure,
trying to go for the tier 3s over here just to force out rotations, see if we can get our other lanes free. And while we're busy with this, Infernus just comes running up behind us, which ends up being a free kill for us. He does do some damage, but my teammates realize he's here really quick, and the three of us destroy him. He's really not the tankiest guy out there. Now I've no ult available, and I've used up quite a lot of my spells, so let's just stay out of line of sight for a while until we've got some things off cooldown here. I was being followed, but we're able to stay away. After getting some health warnings, I decided it's time for me to back out of this fight.
Spend some moolahs.
Next up, we decide to pressure the blue lane a little bit, and guess who's here again? There's a little Mr. Infernus. We get the stun, get him out of his charge, and manage to chase him down in the end after loads of dodging coming in from him, but he's trapped in my electric wall there. I thought that punch would have finished him, but obviously that missed somehow. Also keep in mind I am playing at like 200 ping, seeing as I'm from South Africa. so yeah, it's not always as clean as you like, but we get the job done eventually. Now we are quite low here, but we will start healing up pretty soon, and we stick around. I don't want to engage really, but we stick around just to keep an eye on things, because I see a bunch of my teammates here and I see potential kills. It's easy to use my stun from a distance, or use your first ability from a distance and just assist with your team. Also, I do have ult available, so I managed to pop it here even though I'm low HP. Managed to get some kills and assists over here, just helping out the team even with my low HP. I fly in to defend purple lane, and I get here, there's two heroes that are actually chasing one of my teammates, and it for some reason becomes a very easy kill. I don't know what the guy was thinking, what he was doing. He basically just ran, and I was able to fire at him from behind. Now over here, we're defending this lane, and I do hear footsteps. I just couldn't make out where until I see the shots being fired up there. I see it as Infernus, and we all know Infernus ult is a stun, so here you can see I'm trying to keep a decent distance from the guy, and rightfully so, because here he pops it, I back myself into the corner, don't get hit by the stun, and I'm able to run out there and claim the kill for myself. Even though we had multiple heroes in the area, they all got stunned, and I didn't. Good for me. So now I've got Majestic Leap ready, and we're defending this lane. You can see I'm keeping my distance just close enough, so I've got cover, peeking out from behind the cover every couple of seconds, avoiding the stuns coming in, and making sure that I can dish out continuous damage. We end up winning that fight, and decide let's push out this lane and put up some pressure on the purple lane. Also keeping note that on the orange lane we've got someone pressing into our side. And then also, wherever you go, the lane is being contested, right? There's like 3 other heroes or 2 other heroes in the lane. I might as well get some neutral farm camps while we're here. Now we're engaging on orange lane, pushing that back up, getting Grey Talon over here. Nice little kill assist, and easy enough when it's 3 versus 1. We start railing into the Guardians here, the tier 3s, and out comes Kevin. Now there's 3 of us, 1 of him, we should be fine. You can see we got Wraith over in the yellow lane, so we should be able to destroy this guy, but due a comedy of errors, and also obviously him having the great escape, he runs out and around the corner. We are left here with is it Geist or Wraith? I can't even remember, but I end up popping my ult. She is very strong, so you know, do the good stuff and take care of her. So we managed to take care of the tier 3s, do a good amount of damage onto them, and then out comes Grey Talon again. I'm not sure Grey Talon is the smartest player amongst the enemy team, but either way, I realize that my team are leaving. They've all retreated, and I don't know where all the enemy are. There's a respawn coming in, so I'd rather just back off. We end up pushing out that purple lane, and over here I see Infernus. Now, Infernus is a tricky guy to capture. if you don't get him in just the right spot, he will be able to dodge you and deal the DOTs over time, getting rid of you. So I decided to back off, but unfortunately Hayes joins the fight, and yeah, didn't end off well for me. So upon getting back to lane, my team is already fighting, and I end up joining them. We do get rid of the Haze. Haze generally is a big problem. It's a really strong hero, good in team fights. And for some reason Infernus comes out. I don't think he knew all of us were there, but he comes out, makes a mistake. We put up chase. Again, you can see me trying to keep my distance, not getting too close to him, waiting for my spells to come off cooldown so that I can stun him. And then when I realize, okay, it's done, we move in and secure the kill. So Ivy shows up next in line, and after spraying a couple of bullets, I realize that I've got loads of cooldowns, and I have the ult available. Mystic Leap will come off cooldown in a second, so I'm hanging back. I know I can leap over this wall if the opportunity presents itself for a big ult, and it doesn't arrive, so we decide, okay, well, let's take whatever we get. Haze does appear in the area, and we do a good amount of damage onto her, as you can see here. But ultimately she does escape with her life. Now we do a little bit of battle here, but I do realize that most of my team has either been killed already or they've backed, so it's time for me to get out because Haze can deal a lot of damage and I don't want to be dead. So back to base we go. We've got some enemies in the base, let's go defend. After a quick base defense we push up again. I've got a Furnace coming out here. Now I know he does a load of damage. We hit the stun and land the ult. He is a problem for us, so all in all, not a bad hero to try and ult, but as you can see, it didn't work out too well for me there. So after a quick trip in the graveyard, we're back at defending the base. The enemy is on the doorstep, and in we go. Kevin lands a beautiful ult with, I think there was 3 of us in it, but that's also the bad part, because there was 3 of us in there. We were able to dish out a lot of damage and get the kill into Kevin. I barely escaped with my life after a beautiful ult coming in from the Infernus, but he does go down, and they are waning in numbers. It's 3v6 at the moment, although I back quickly to get my health up and then quickly re-engage, get out there and push out a different lane. I'm pretty confident that my team will be able to deal with the remaining 3 of them there. Make sure the lane doesn't push in and get back. Seeing as my team still hasn't killed any of them, just as I arrive, they do get IV though, but I jump in, go help, throw out a stun, dish out some damage, making sure that we get a hold, or at least get control of this fight.
I'm doing rather well, aren't I?
So we pushed out most of the lanes, and when the enemy respawned, they were back at it, pushing in towards us. Great ult there coming in from Grey Talon, doing a lot of damage to us. But you can see over here, I am just dodging in and out of fights, trying to stay healthy. We've already lost 2 members of this fight. I have no ult available. Ult is like a big part of 7. So what I'm doing now is I'm just in and out of fight, being as disruptive as I can, but making sure that I do not die at any case. Because if I die, well, we're already 3v6, 3v5. And I don't want to give them that opportunity. If they are focused on me, it means they are doing less objective damage. Alright, so I'm just trying to get them to focus on me, do some harass damage on me, but I'm staying at the edge of our fountain, making sure that I'm staying alive at all time, but also dishing out damage, getting attention, and you'll see I'm just in and out the whole time. So with all the damage that I've dealt, it does seem to work out. They do not get our patron down completely, and now we start working around the base, we're clearing up. They do push back in, and I see the opportunity for a great ult. They are in our pit, they are kind of blocked off, so down goes the ult,
and does loads of damage,
I'm rather good at
making sure that the enemy can no longer keep up the aggression. We chase down Haze over here, using spells, just trying to get a little bit of damage, making sure that she's not able to use the zipline, but unfortunately does escape, so we'll get back at it. Back at base defense again, in and out of that fountain, making sure that I'm alive, making sure everything is good, and I use that Mystic Leap and have a massive ult up there. I do get stunned, however, but it's fine. I did do a lot of damage to 2 of the heroes, and we managed to get a kill on 2 heroes, so definitely worth it in the end. So we carry on defending. It's still a pretty even situation. They are slightly ahead of us, but making sure that I stay close to fountain, in and out. Like I said, do not die. You don't want to give them the advantage. While I'm here, I can still harass, I can still send out spells, I can do damage, I can be disruptive, but I don't want to die. So the fight ends up just outside the base. Use that Mystic Leap to get up into the fight, land some stuns, land some orbs, and dish some damage, helping out the team any which way I can. Unfortunately, I run right into that trap over there, and you can see I barely make it out with my life there. But once again, back to the fountain, heal up, and then straight back into the fight. Unfortunately, here I get a little bit greedy. I see the Grey Talon. I know Grey Talon is generally an easy kill in this game, so I push out way too far from my base, and I get caught out by a multitude of heroes, and I die really quickly there. After respawning, the fight's back on. It's still 20 seconds till my cooldown, so launching in, being as disruptive as I can again, in and out. You know the drill by now. Just being a constant nuisance to the enemy team, using the zipline to rotate quicker, catch up with these heroes, and down goes Haze once again, one of the big ults from the enemy team, one of their big damage dealers, so very happy with that kill. Now the following sequence is a bunch of, well, a long fight, I'd say. I do have my ult available, but you'll see unfortunately I get stunned. Ivy is on it. The enemy has now realized that my ult is doing loads of damage to them, and they need a way to stop it. So Ivy has been focusing me in these last couple of fights, landing a couple of good stuns, and I know I need to work it out. So I get the BKB. I think that's called Unstoppable in the game, if I'm not mistaken, but that has to be my next big item so that I can survive.
So here I make the mistake of going a little bit too deep. Luckily I'm able to escape without anybody even noticing it. You can see these guys are still firing at creeps or at the towers instead of grabbing me. So I got out by luck, but not something you want to test very often. So after another quick trip to the base, we head on out and we land in amongst the fight. We get out of there and start fighting from range. You can see using the cover to our advantage, always staying close to the corner of a wall so that we can spray around the wall. Preferably you want to peek the left edge, but like I'm doing here. But when you know the right edge, you do it. Just some spray and pray over here, dealing some damage, getting the chip damage out there, and seeing if we can line up any kill at the moment, seeing what presents ourselves. There we see someone low, so we go in, we chase, and lucky we get the assist there. Ivy also coming in for the stun, we dodge the stun, we land the stun on him, and sure enough he's going to go down here. Always remember, grab whatever form you can as you traverse the map, and I'll see, let's push the orange, find Grey Talon over here, land the stun on her, or him rather, try and get as close as possible, deal damage, and kill secured, no ult needed. We've still got the ult on cooldown for 50 though, but while they're all dead, we need to stop pushing these towers, get objectives, call in the team as well, get them to come help. The only guy that's alive is Infernus. He's going to come in here, so we just got to make sure he doesn't land a big stun on us. But while the team is mostly focusing him, I go for the shrine, making sure that I get that shrine up. And now I'll turn my attention to him, popping my third ability, doing ample damage, getting away from the stun, and down he goes. Next shrine up, and we'll take that one as well. I'm focusing the shrine as best I can. My team seems a bit too orientated on I don't know what, but it's me doing most of the objective damage at the moment. So we'll go around, start from the other side, see if we can get in there again, see if we can spot the enemy. Now I throw this ult not with the idea of getting kills, but more disrupting the fight. I've got my teammates here and I need the enemy to duck and cover as much as possible. I was hoping they duck in the right places so that my team can go in and dish the damage, get the kills, but Kevin does land his ult, so he survives through my ult, but we were able to take him, kill him right afterwards. Grey Talon's still in the area. I've got nothing available right at the moment, and now my Q comes off my first ability and we get that kill as well. Shrine's been taken, so next up is the Patron, and now it seems like my team's slowly starting to help with doing the Patron damage as well. So next up we've got the weakened Patron, and my whole team's here. We're all firing up. Now we do get stunned up a little bit there by Infernus, but not a problem. Invictus saves me over there. Deal up some damage, see if we can get Haze over here. Down she goes, down goes Infernus, and back to the Patron. And that's kind of how we won the game. So what you can take away from this is punish your lane. When you do, start roaming to other single lanes. When you are roaming the map, don't just go straight to base. There's side camps, you can walk to base or run to base. There's also shops along the side that you can buy. But when you're fighting close to base, heal as much as possible. Make sure you don't go down, be disruptive. And then also when you're using your ult, don't focus on kills. You can also be disruptive with the ult. Thank you guys.